The email arrived at 11:47 p.m. I remember the time because I looked at my phone 3 times to make sure it was real. We would like to invite you to an interview. My heart started beating fast, not because of the job, but because of one sentence at the bottom. The interview will be conducted in English. In English. That night, I did not sleep well. Hello, my friend. If you are here today, maybe you are learning English for your future. Maybe you dream about a better job. Maybe you are afraid of interviews in English. If that is you, stay with me, because today I want to tell you about my first job interview in English. I was not confident. I was not fluent. But that interview changed me forever. When I read the email again, my hands felt cold. I whispered to myself, why did I apply for this job? I wanted a better salary. I wanted growth. I wanted to challenge myself. But now I wanted to hide. Have you ever felt like that? You ask for an opportunity, and when it comes, you feel afraid. Say this softly with me. I am afraid, but I still want to try. Repeat it again. I am afraid, but I still want to try. The interview was in 5 days. 5 days felt very short. My mind started to imagine everything going wrong. What if I don't understand the questions? What if I speak too slowly? What if they ask something difficult and I just sit there in silence? Silence. That was my biggest fear. I was not afraid of difficult questions. I was afraid of that long, uncomfortable silence. The kind of silence where the interviewer waits and you have nothing to say. I imagined their faces. I imagined them thinking, maybe this candidate is not good enough. That thought scared me more than any grammar mistake. I knew grammar, I knew vocabulary, but speaking under pressure was different, very different. The next morning, I stood in front of the mirror and said, "Tell me about yourself." It sounded simple, but when I tried to answer, my voice was shaking. My name is, I graduated from. I stopped. I looked at myself. I looked nervous. I looked small. I felt disappointed. But then I made a decision. I told myself, this is not a test of perfect English. This is a test of courage. Repeat that with me. This is a test of courage. From that moment, I changed my focus. Not perfect grammar, not big words, just clear and honest communication. For the next 5 days, I practiced every evening, not for hours, just 30 minutes. I searched for common interview questions. I chose simple answers, short sentences, real stories. I practiced saying, I am a responsible person. Pause. Repeat it with me. I am a responsible person. Then I practiced, I am always willing to learn. Say it slowly. I am always willing to learn. I recorded my voice. When I listened to it, I did not like it. My pronunciation was not perfect. My intonation was flat, but I kept going. Each day, I felt a little stronger. The night before the interview, fear came back. It was louder. My mind said, you are not ready. Your English is not good enough. I sat quietly on my bed. I closed my eyes and I asked myself one question. If I don't try, what will I regret more? Failing the interview or never trying at all? The answer was clear. I would regret not trying. So I whispered, no matter what happens, I will show up. Repeat it with me. I will show up. The morning of the interview, my heart was beating fast again. I wore my best shirt, I checked my internet connection 3 times, I prepared a glass of water, my hands were slightly shaking. When the meeting started, I saw 2 interviewers on the screen. They smiled. One of them said, "Good morning. Can you introduce yourself?" I could hear my own heartbeat in my ears. My throat felt dry. I took a small sip of water. I smiled even though I was nervous. Sometimes confidence starts with a simple smile. This was it, the moment I feared. For 1 second, my mind went blank, but then I remembered my practice. Short sentences, breathe, speak slowly. "Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity. My name is..." My voice was not perfect, but it was clear. As I continued speaking, something surprising happened. They were listening carefully. They were not judging my accent. They were not interrupting me. They were simply listening. My fear became smaller. Then came a difficult question. "Can you tell us about a time you solved a problem?" I did not prepare this exact question. My heart jumped. But instead of panicking, I said, "That's a great question. Let me think for a moment." This sentence saved me. Repeat it with me. Let me think for a moment. It gave me time. It gave me space. I told them a simple story about a problem at my previous job. I used simple words. I did not try to sound impressive. I tried to be honest. Halfway through my answer, I made a grammar mistake, and then something worse happened. I forgot a key word. I knew the idea in my head, but the English word disappeared. My mind was empty. For 2 seconds, I froze. 2 seconds felt like 2 minutes. But instead of stopping, I explained it in a simpler way. I used easier words, and suddenly I realized something powerful. You do not need perfect words. You just need clear ideas, because communication is more important than perfection. Say that with me. Communication is more important than perfection. The interview lasted 20 minutes, 20 long minutes. When it ended, they said, "Thank you for your time. We will contact you soon." When the call ended, I just sat there, quiet. My shirt was slightly wet from sweat. My hands were warm. I did not know if I would get the job. But I knew one thing. I did not run away. And for me, that was already a victory. 2 days later, I received another email. My hands were shaking again as I opened it. "We are pleased to inform you." I got the job. And do you know something surprising? They later told me they liked my honesty. They said, "Your English is not perfect, but you are confident and clear." That sentence changed the way I see myself. I read the sentence 3 times, not because of my perfect English, not because I was fluent, but because I showed effort. I showed confidence. I showed growth. That interview changed something inside me. Before that day, I thought, I need to improve my English before I apply. After that day, I understood something powerful. I improve my English by applying, by speaking, by trying. Action creates confidence, not the other way around. Repeat it slowly. Action creates confidence. After I started working, I still made mistakes. Sometimes I could not find the right word. Sometimes I needed to ask people to repeat. I learned to say, "Could you please say that again?" Practice it with me. "Could you please say that again?" That simple sentence helped me many times. Little by little, my speaking became more natural, not because I waited, but because I used English in real life. Looking back now, I smile at the person I was before that interview. So scared, so unsure, but brave enough to show up. Maybe right now you are waiting to feel ready, waiting to feel confident, waiting until your English is perfect. But let me tell you something gently. You may never feel fully ready. Confidence grows after you take the step. You do not need perfect English for your first interview. You need courage, you need preparation, and you need simple, clear sentences. If you have an interview coming soon, start today. Practice speaking out loud. Do not just read silently. Use your voice. Feel the words. Repeat common phrases. Build your confidence one sentence at a time. And when fear comes, because it will come, say this quietly to yourself. I am afraid, but I will try. Say it again. I am afraid, but I will try. Your future is built in moments like this, moments when you choose courage over comfort. That first interview was not just about a job, it was about identity. It was the day I stopped saying, my English is not good, and started saying, my English is growing. And your English is growing too. Every time you listen, every time you repeat, every time you speak, even with mistakes. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Show up, speak up, learn from every experience. If this story feels like your story, if you are preparing for your own interview in English, I want you to know that you are capable, more capable than you think. If you are preparing for an interview right now, I want you to imagine something. Imagine yourself sitting there, nervous, but speaking, not perfectly, but bravely. That version of you already exists, you just need to give them a chance. Thank you for listening and practicing with me today. If this video encouraged you, please like and subscribe to this channel. We will continue to grow together, one story, one sentence, one brave step at a time. Before we finish, let's practice 3 key phrases slowly together. I will show up. Let me think for a moment. Communication is more important than perfection. Take a deep breath. Smile. Your interview may be coming soon, and when it comes, you will be ready to speak.